Hello, guys, and welcome to the my second reaction video. And today we are going to react on the second video from Fire, and it's about Helluva Boss, the good, the bad, and the fandom. Similar like with the Hasbin Hotel one. So let's get started.
Hi there, I'm Fire, the is silence, and I'm the founder of FLP. Were you or a loved one injured in an accident? Are you a furry? Do you have parental issues? Are you a part of the LGBTQ plus community?
Then Helluva Boss is a great show for you. Oh God, this is exactly what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
First off, call me. And second, oh boy, do I have a show for you. If any of that applies to you, then call 6969-420-WEED. That's 6969-420-WEED. Sex funny, lamau.
Helluva Boss is an indie YouTube series created by Vivzycologist MD Rano. It is an
Of course. It's like Hasbin Hotel, Helluva Boss is kind of more wild when it comes to the characterization. That's what I believe. Like you say, you had furries as hellhounds, furries are the dog hellhounds, wolf hellhounds. Then you the burbs like owls. You have imps. You have those incubi, succubi, whatever the fuck. Then you have those sharks. Then you have those snakes. Like it's a wild ride. That's what I can say.
animated comedy drama partial musical that is set in a fictionalized version of Hell, but more importantly, it is set in the same universe as the hit indie turned Amazon series Hasbin Hotel.
Yeah, that's true. If you ask me, I have no problem if you make one universe for two shows. That's actually fine. Like there's no issues whatsoever. So yeah. Okay, let's move on.
And it is very disappointing. Helluva Boss follows a hell-based company named IMP, a group of imp
It really started to be disappointing, yeah.
demon mercenaries that kill people on Earth.
And also, again, so much potential, such a good start. People see the pilot and they say, "Wow, it looks like this show will be actually good." But no, actually it was okay. Then it fell apart. Damn.
Or at least that's what it says on the Luna U2's box. Because that interesting premise is what the show started off as. But you take off the mask, and it's concealing fanfiction tier romance drama.
It really became that. Only drama about these two fuckers. Like, come on. Come again. What I said about Vivzypop and her listening to her fandom too much, this is the result. Like, come on now. I wanted to see those three imps and one hellhound killing a bunch of people because they deserve it. I mean, no, because some sinners asked them to do it, and to get some money because they have a business, they have to kill those people on Earth, yada yada, and yeah, it should be supposed. The show was supposed to be about that, but no, what we have this gay comedy drama, like that is stuffing every fucking time in our face. And again, it's not a problem that characters are gay. I mean, I know what you mean. I'm the person that will call stuff woke, but because when they put gay characters when it's absolutely unnecessary. And unfortunately, if you ask me, Helluva Boss started to be that like too much. But when show started, I was like, okay, few gay characters, okay. Do I care? No. Why? Because the characters are actually good. They actually behave like good written characters. But the problem is, there again, too much drama, too much repetitive situations for I don't know what sakes. Probably because fandom likes to watch them having a drama. I don't know, but yeah, that's the problem.
Flat, unchanging characters, beautiful animation, stellar voice acting,
Yeah, very great animation and great voice acting.
and the worst writing I have ever had the misfortune.
Again, first season it was okay. It was okay. Second, it started to fell apart.
Of hearing.
You're so gross.
Aw, stop it. I get enough of that from my therapist. Now let's go lick some ass.
The expression is kick some ass.
Man, is this show conflicting.
Millennial writing.
I want to let it be known that I have been watching Helluva Boss since it first came out. I want to like it, but I can't because
That was me with the second season. Like, it was first one was okay, whatever, a little past. Second one with those mafiosos was actually okay. And then it was starting to narrowing down. Everything was repetitive. Everything was so boring. And that last episode was actually good because it had some actual tensions. You know, when they get in front of the, like, you know, it was found out that they have the Grimoire and they was about to have a consequences in front of Satan and they will, like, you know, sentenced them they almost sentenced them to death, but like Stolas came and said, don't, it's my fault, whatever. And I will not, for those who didn't watch, I won't spoil, but in the end, the thing is, that was actually a good episode, but again, it was, like again, everything is so repetitive, everything is, and just like in the Hasmin Hotel, like the writers have absolute dementia. They really do. I don't know, because they want to make sure that repetitive with those drama situations, or I don't know for what sake actually.
actively use my brain. If I turned it off, I'm sure my enjoyment would skyrocket. But just like every character in Helluva Boss's relationship with their father, I have many issues with.
I'm starting to think that the writers and maybe even some artists literally show themselves by, like, they are not even hiding. They're literally like putting their trauma from the past into the show, and it's really annoying.
With it. Now, before I delve too deep into my whining, I need to let you all know that I'm actually a demon. This is my human disguise. So if you don't mind, I'm going to change back to my demon form, because every second I spend in this skin is agony.
What the hell?
Kamui, kemono.
What the hell?
Well, this is kind of gay. Oh, heck.
What the hell just happened? Okay. That's interesting.
Hell yeah. Yep. Okay. That was my doctor. He says I'm positive. I am happy. Let's talk about the good. Right off the bat, the animation is beyond anything that is expected of an indie internet show. It is even—
No, it's great. I have no criticism about it. No, it's wonderful. That's absolutely, yeah. I think that's actually the reason why it became so popular.
leagues above industry-produced, big money-backed animation projects.
Hello, I'm the nostalgia critic.
The animators are absolutely killing it. My god, if we remove everything that makes Helluva Boss insufferable, well, then we would be left with nothing. But
That's true.
the gorgeous animation, and not to mention the voice acting as well. Everyone is
Oh,
giving it their
the voice.
all. The emotional, heartfelt,
No, the voice actors are doing absolutely great job.
downright beautiful performances almost make up for the fact that the dialogue they are reading would fit right at
Yeah, just the writings are bad. Yeah.
home on fanfic.
Blitz. Fuck you, six. Blah, blah, blah. I hear my boy. I have a silver. I can say cry. So fucking yeah, everyone. Hi, I'm Moxie. I love Moxie. Flash Swiper. Yes, Flash Swiper. My name Flays. Everyone. Holy.
.net. The standout obviously being Brandon Rogers, my
Brandon Rogers. If you ask me, I can say that he's actually a legend, and people are saying he's a legend. I cannot, I cannot say otherwise. Like, do you know that this was him actually? Wait a second. Uh, how is that? Wait a second. Yeah, this is him.
Put that candy back. I'm not buying you all that mess. Oh, try me, bitch.
Those were those old school wines back in the day, 2013, something like that. Yes, this is him. And there are like some others very popular of work, his short comedy movies that he makes and something. They're also very popular. Like, wait a second. So yeah, people are saying that he's a legend, and I can see why. He's actually funny.
king. Mwah.
Yeah, he's actually very funny, and I have no criticism about him.
Is acting his whole pussy off. Despite the show being painful to watch at points, Brendan is there, whispering in my ear.
Try me, bitch.
And it keeps me going.
Yep, that was him back in the day.
They got Norman Reedus.
Well, howdy.
For one episode.
Yeah. I don't know how do they get those people. That's insane.
Then lost Norman Reedus. Like I said in the beginning, the show is a partial musical, kind of? Because there's songs every once in a while, but not all the time, and some
music is also great.
Are genuinely moving, deeply emotional, not just
like they nail every genre for the show. Like, that's very good. That's one big applause.
Just for the characters, but for the viewer as well. And they reach out and touch something in my cold, dead heart that I haven't felt in ages. They're not all good though. The musical theater elements are an extremely mixed bag. Some are implemented naturally into the scene, and others seem to be there just to fill up space. For every You Will Be Okay, a beautifully well-animated emotional piece about a father reassuring his child that his love for her is so great that even in his eventual absence, his love will remain. There is a Cotton Candy, a song about cotton candy, which ironically conveys the emotional and
there's some that actually have some connections to the story, and there's just he's right, and some songs that are just songs, just singing about anything.
Character weight of the sweet treat it's
which is also not a bad thing about. By the way,
named after. It is such a non-song that you could replace it with bass-boosted wet fart with reverb 10 hours and have gotten the same experience. There are also some...
Oh god. Oh man. Yeah, about that cotton candy, some people say it's repetitive and it's boring. So yeah, I wouldn't blame them.
Legitimately good jokes in Helluva Boss where I genuinely laughed because they were funny, not because they were cringe, though there were a lot of those. However, the one I found the funniest was the bit when the Australian man says,
"Women just ain't funny,"
and then Vivzy's writing tag pops up in the left corner for like a millisecond.
Anyway!
Alright, Viv.
Yeah. Well, if you ask me, I don't know. She claims to be you know, she's constantly talking about how she was, how Seth Rogen and South Park made her inspiration to make those shows. But when I heard South Park, girl, you can't make your main character Blitz to say retard anymore because some losers are getting offended. Please shut up. And also, yeah, like most of people will say, fuck, fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck.
You earned that one.
Cartman, how about you see the school counselor?
There are
What was that?
that one.
I'm funny. Yeah.
There are good episodes. Not just good by VivziePop standards, not just good for internet animation, good, solid storytelling. But the problem is that they're so good that it frustrates me, because it's very clear that the writers have the ability to make something of this caliber.
They do, but they don't want to. They think this is a masterpiece when that masterpiece is stagnating. It's getting worse and worse. It'll fall out. Like Hazmi Hotel, it's not good.
It's just that they either choose not to, or the good episodes were good on accident. Oh, it's the doc. He says it's AIDS. That's bad. Hey, what a coinky dink. The characters we
Now the bad.
follow on our journey through the underworld are a ragtag found family. Blitzo, the boss of IMP. Luna, Blitzo's adopted daughter.
About Luna, the internet when Pilot came out, which was also like also 2019, I think. Yeah, 6 years ago. Time flies. The internet went wild. They went wild. If you know what I mean, wild. Like her, she will say, "Come on. You know why. You know why." Like I remember they had to make one little scene. They wait, if I can find that one scene. Wait. Let me find that one scene. If I find this scene. Yeah, yeah, I found it.
You know the
This scene, this was the first episode of the first season, by the way. This little scene, I believe that it was this was like after Luna said, "Can I go to with you guys?" And Blitzo was explaining why not. And the thing is, like, it was. This scene was literally created. It felt so personal to the people watching the show. It really was. It truly was. The reason why? Well, because Rule 34, E621, they are full of that art of this character. And actually, I don't blame them. She's a really good-looking character, very nice design and everything. Truly, the goth girl. Hey, even better, let's make her into a wolf. She's literally the furry thirst character, and I mean, she was not supposed to be that, but she became one, like many other female Fury characters in the Fury fandom. And yeah, that's what it is. And the scene goes like this.
You know the kind of freaks up there who drool all over you.
These looks, that was so personal. They knew. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that, guys. Let's move on.
Don't Google her name in public. Moxie.
Yeah, don't. Don't. No, I won't try. I don't want to get demonetized. But the thing is, yeah, like I believe that if you just write her name, write her name, and in the Google, Luna Helluva Boss, and just go down the normal pics, you'll find one not to save watch one. Yeah.
One of
Very
Bledsoe's
easily.
employees, and Millie, she's Moxie's wife.
Yeah,
We also have
Moxie
a
was.
daughter. Don't Google her. And Millie, she's
Yeah,
Moxie's
Moxie was like that. I actually like Moxie as a character. I believe he's
wife.
I believe he was also a very well written character. Like a little boring because he was constantly, I can do this, but I think he was sweet in a lot of times, and also he's a great the gunslinger, blah blah. Then this is merely his wife, who is also I think very well made character, and yeah, and Luna, who was like also I think very well made character. But again, they're made very well characters in the first few episodes, and then later, the more you watch their behavior, the worse it gets. Because like Flacefire said, all of them have like daddy issues, and it's again those are writers not hiding it.
We also have about 7,000 side characters that will go on to get more
Yeah, a lot of the side characters. Yeah,
development than the main cast. The most notable
that's true.
of which
Like what I said, constantly repetitive things. Yeah, those 5 main characters are doing exact same thing while others stop doing it because they actually got character development. Yeah.
being Ozzy, one of the 7 deadly sins, Fizzarolli, a funny little clown fella and the best character in the show, and Stolas,
He's a great character also, yeah. I believe that he actually went through much development.
a prince of hell,
This guy did not have
on and off lover of Blitzo,
Yeah.
plot device and MacGuffin giver, uwu small bean that never does anything wrong,
Yup. Again, fandom likes that guy. Holy hell.
and the show refuses to acknowledge has faults and flaws in any way and is always right. Rich, gorgeous, tall, sexy, and I'm pregnant. You see, that
Yeah. Again, the fandom, who is very toxic also, they drool all over Stolas. Like it's and Blitz and their relationship. It's not even. It's not like it should be studied. It should be studied very much.
that is an example of what we call a sex joke. The punchline was sex. However, if I were to hazard
Same problem with Hasbin Hotel, by the way.
a guess, you most likely, at a bare minimum, slightly exhaled oxygen through your nose.
Maybe I'll play Fortnite.
I deleted it.
And that is because it was unexpected, well-timed, and will not be happening often. And if it does, I will shoot my writer in the head. Got it? The most noteworthy thing about Helluva Boss to an outside observer is just how rampant the unfunny, overused swearing is. If you're not familiar,
Same just with the Hasbin Hotel. Yeah. Wait, that's actually the tweet she did. I don't remember that. Also, is she still on Twitter? No. Like she is, but their tweets are protected. Yeah. There we go, guys. There we go.
Vivzy is heavily inspired by Seth Rogen comedies in South Park and weeps for you if you don't think a well-delivered fuckword is funny.
That's the problem. You think the fuck word is constantly funny, but it's not because you repeat and you believe that just making that F word will immediately mean that it will be funny if you make it if you write it on the dialogue cast. Like, no, no, you have to make it. You know, you have to make a good execution for that, and not constantly repeat it, and you will be fine.
The problem being that the fuck words are never well delivered nor funny. They are FedEx delivered because they are slammed into the ground every single time. There is nothing wrong with having a show that uses obscene language. Many adult shows do.
Fuck you and your eyebrows.
But they do it in a way that feels natural and doesn't call attention to the fact they are doing it. Because to an adult, swearing is normal. To a 12-year-old, swearing is epic funny and makes you really cool. If for some reason other than being attracted to
That's true. That's true. Actually, only kids think it's funny, and not like adults. Adults will also have a laugh at the swear words again if they are executed properly in any kind of dialogue. You know, when actually you don't expect that he will swear like, I don't know, whatever he swears and the way how he swears, you know, and that's funny. But when it's like constantly, you know, repetitive the same thing, and in the most simplest way that it makes not funny, then it's not funny, and no adult will laugh at that. They will say, okay, it's absolute boring, stop.
minors, you want to feel what it's like to be in middle school again? Put on an episode of Helluva Boss. The show uses obscene language as a crutch to keep you engaged instead of writing
I believe the writers have the same mentality as those middle schoolers. It would not surprise me.
actual jokes. And it's done in order to hammer home that it's not for kids. Well, ironically, appealing
Yeah.
only to little children. And it's not just one specific
Who'll guess? Who would have guessed? Like, come on. Call of Duty, it's made for plus 18, but the children actually play it. And I believe the only children play it because actual, you know, the OG Call of Duty don't play Call of Duty because we know what happened to the franchise. Like, it's, you know, it's boring. It's not about war. Now it's about microtransactions and all that stuff, battle royale and whatever. Same with, I heard, a My Little Pony. It's made for the little girls, but somehow the literal adults watch it. Yeah, and make fan fictions about that too.
character, it's the entire cast. And they don't swear because that's how the character communicates, or how they were raised, or as a type of emotional
Yeah, like they made everyone swears. Like, not okay, these people don't swear much or don't swear at all, and these actually swear a lot. But no, there's no balance in this. There's no balance.
shield. They do it because the writers think it's mature. Many Helluva Boss fans
But problem is, it's not. Actually, the people who swear, I believe that people who swear have more realistic views on life than those who don't. That's what I believe. But again, if you use it constantly, like these people, you're showing yourself that you're not mature. Yeah.
attempt to counter that argument by
I mean, they're in hell. What do you expect? Okay. But again, that doesn't make the show funny. You never watched Helluva Boss and don't know just about swears and sex jokes. They probably do swear a lot because they're living in hell. I mean, again, true, but that show was supposed to be like comedy or something, and it's not funny, and especially when it's constantly sex jokes.
saying, it takes place in hell. What do you expect? Good writing. If the only way you
Yeah, it's not that this way. Just make it okay. Make it better. Make it not repetitive. Make a better execution in your jokes. Yeah.
were able to convey that your characters are bad people is by having them talk like they're from Newfoundland.
Riley's looking for his mirror. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, see, this is the safe edgy shit. Absolute millennial writing. Oh, I'll make that person is bad behaved because he swears a lot. Not in the way of their actions, but their actions is something that actually makes someone bad or evil, not swearing.
Holy fuck.
Then you have failed at proper characterization. We should be able to
Exactly.
tell these are bad people through their actions. Them saying
I called it. I called it. Damn.
fuck 10,000 times doesn't make me think they're adults. It makes me think they're 3 toddlers stacked on top of each other with unrestricted internet access.
True. True.
Welcome to the Cum Count, where we tally up the profanities in all your favorite Tumblr fanfictions. I'm Flays Gay Fyrese, and today we're going to be looking at Helluva Boss. How many swear words were said throughout the series? Let's find out and get to the
Wait a second. Just let me. Okay. Hello. Okay. I will. Okay. I think it's okay.
numbers. With a pilot, 2 seasons consisting of 19 episodes, and 4 shorts at the time of recording, that gives us a runtime of 426 minutes and 45
Yeah, they also made the shorts for some reason. If you ask me, I don't like. I think you can make shorts too. It's not a problem. But the last like when I saw those little shorts, it actually felt like the episodes. Like, what are the episodes supposed to be? Like, episodes are all about drama and everything, while the shorts are what actually the show was supposed to be. 3 imps and a hellhound go to Earth and do their jobs by killing humans. That's it. I mean, again, it's not a problem if they make some, I don't know, little story in hell, but again, they constantly make it about some drama about that blitz and that Prince stole us and whatever, and the rest is. I mean, the rest was about some other traumas, like the Moxie trauma, Millie not so much, Mary a little part, then Blitzo trauma, then Fizzaroli trauma, blah blah blah. Like, it's constantly about drama. Like, come on.
seconds, and a bad word total of 964. Maybe I missed
Damn.
some. Maybe you don't consider some of these swears, so I'll tack on another
How much? Almost 500. Man. Yeah, only one. Why did you censor those? Okay, never mind. Probably YouTube. But see, only one this, and she stopped. She stopped because some losers got offended about it. Yeah. Also, by the way, my Helluva Boss OC. Oh, he will be say much these words than this, but or both, but not this much. But yeah, but this will be the main, his main. That just one thing, and he will be used retard. Yeah, he's not afraid. Like, who cares? Those little pussy ass.
uncertainty of plus or minus 100, giving us a ppm of 2.228 plus or minus 0.103 profanities per minute. Poopy profanity for
Damn.
cringe swear goes to Blitzo for his curse chain
Okay, this scene. That was the first scene where people were sharing it, and for the first time they made fun about Vivzy Pop's way of writing. And if you ask me, yeah, it was literally too much, but the final execution was, him saying all those no words, and near them it was a mother and a child, and that was supposed to be a funny. And if you ask me, it actually was fine. it for me it was actually fine, but like it actually get me a chuckle a little bit. But then when he continued to the that that nurse, then I believe that it there they had to tone a little bit.
Combo in Season 2, Episode 4.
I have waited 5 fucking years for this appointment. Fuck me in my little red hole. Hi, the fuck you looking at?
Up next on
Yeah, that one.
the come count, you.
But when he continued to the nurse, then I believe that they had to tone it down, because then it was like, okay, stop. Okay, I understand. You're mad about that appointment. Yeah.
The swearing is just a byproduct of the real issue that plagues Helluva Boss, the terrible writing, both the characters and the comedy. And since the swears aren't the only attempts at making the viewer laugh, I will now talk about the jokes.
Alone in
Laugh now, I have a gun. Yeah, it really feels like
the
that.
darkness, I gazed into the abyss, and the abyss looked through me and spoke. Penis. XD.
All of Helluva Boss's jokes are sex funny. I'm being hyperbolic, of course. There are other types of jokes, but the amount of sex jokes is so large
They're too much. Like, come on.
that it diminishes the others to the point that I consider them non-existent.
Like, the reason why I mostly watched Helluva Boss and I liked it was because of the, again, good idea, and about Ames going in Earth and doing, the job of killing other humans, because the sinners that end up down there end up because of them or whatever. And I was like, oh, this will be a great show. This will be very much fun to see. But the problem is it turned into, again, constant drama and constant, like it can, like, it's like I'm watching some kind of gay version of Turkish soap opera. Like, come on now.
Harder.
Okay, that one was unexpected, and I actually laughed. Yeah. Yeah, but it was fun actually. That was funny because it was very unexpected. But yeah.
Blitzo and Stolas's entire relationship revolves around sex. What type of
Yeah, that was like, that this licking everything. Like, why was that? Why?
jokes do you think are being made? There are
It actually makes. I mean, those jokes are more about making people uncomfortable. Like they were supposed to make people laugh, but actually it makes them more uncomfortable. Yeah.
entire episode set in the lust ring of hell. What type of jokes do you think are being made? The show
That he's right. But hell, it's not only in the lust ring; it's everywhere.
was created by Vivzi Pop. What type of jokes do you think are being made? Sex jokes can be funny. There are even some in Helluva Boss that got a reaction out of me other than cringe.
Who needs words
True.
when you got a mouth full of? Then I'll do that.
However, these are
These one actually did not. For me, it was the Moxie. Yeah.
outliers because a majority of the comedy is the characters looking directly into the camera and saying boner. When the punchline
Okay, this one. Now I need that animated. All of them watching at me, like in that episode, like that one I showed you guys, and just saying. I wonder how that will look.
to every setup is les sex, and I can guess it from 10,000 miles away, blindfolded, no arms, no legs.
Yeah, it's so repetitive that, when they start to, like when they didn't even start about to say a joke. You're like, oh, I know what about that is. I know what the next joke is. Sorry, my language. I know what the next joke is, and it will be sex. Oh, yeah, it's a sex joke. Ha ha.
With the heart virus, they go from being funny to being cringe. In Has Been Hotel, we have
Boring. They're boring.
the mercy of the sex joke characters being
Yeah, these two. It's yeah, exactly. It's not funny. It's funny. No, it's not funny. Stop.
relegated to the sidelines. In Helluva Boss, our main character is Blitzo.
Yeah, he is the main with the sex jokes.
And the only jokes he makes are edgy swear and funny sex.
No, the safe edgy, not edgy, safe edgy, okay? He can't even say the word retard anymore.
You might interpret that as a character who struggles with sexuality and immaturity and expresses themselves in this way as a form of coping. But if you do, you're a huge nerd. Take a shower, Stinky. A purposely annoying
I mean, they kind of try to make him into that, and he's right.
and obnoxious character is still annoying and obnoxious. And it's also an incorrect interpretation.
Yeah, like you can make him you can make him like that to show his struggles, but again, when it's too much, it's too much.
Because all the other characters are doing it as well. It's just
Yeah, exactly. Like why?
So does it more? There are so many
Yeah, everybody's doing so much, but he does the most. But the thing is, no, he should be the only one that he does that, and the rest, or a little, or none.
sex jokes that they felt the need to write in a line about the amount of sex jokes.
Is it bad that I'm getting hard?
Shut the fuck up!
We're all this guy, and if you ask me, he's a great villain. Even if I think they little pussified him a little bit, and that also kind of makes me say the reason why the show is falling apart. But yeah, we are all him in this situation. Like, stop. Why it always have to be a sex joke?
Why is it always a sex thing?
But when it's not just penis funny, they love to do the tried and tested, never terrible, this thing won't happen. Oh.
He's right. These jokes also.
The thing happened.
I'll be super low key. Nobody will notice me.
Yep. True.
There is no way we are going to get enough clients by the end of the day with one poorly...
And there will be a literal wall line of demons waiting.
bad grammar flyer.
They always attack at random, all over the country. There's no...
Again, I have no problem with these kind of jokes. They were also back then. But again, don't make them too repetitive.
way to predict where they'll show up next.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
Okay, good talk. Bye.
Wow, that actually went better than I thought.
Sure hope this glass doesn't break.
The amount
Yeah.
of jokes and how out of place they are is also a VivziePop trademark. We will have legitimate attempts at character arcs and development. You know, the entire point of the show that will have all of their tension and impact cut short by an unfunny joke. Moxie is getting abused by his father. The room is now covered in dildos.
I still like Crimson. I believe he's another great villain. But what was all of this supposed to be? Come on now. What is all of this supposed to be? They make it a great villain, someone actually badass, somebody who is actually, evil, but then they make him, oh, oopsie doopsie, I fill the whole room with the dildos, because my son is gay. Dad, I'm bisexual. That's the same thing. Like, come. Moving on. But yeah.
Blitzo is struggling with the realization that he pushes everyone he loves away because he's afraid of getting hurt. He vomits all over the floor.
Hey, I believe it was funny. Because I was in these moments. Yeah. Yeah, I was drunk. I drank too much, and when I fell, and when I was trying to fall asleep, immediate vomit. And actually, if you consume much alcohol and if you just lie, you'll vomit. 99%. The way to stop yourself for doing a mess with the vomit, take one little, how do you say, take something where you will vomit, like one like cauldron, whatever it's called, one of those plastic when you with no holes, where when you are carrying the dirty clothes and all that. Yeah, take one of them and put them right next to you in the bed. When you vomit, you'll vomit in that, and you'll make no mess. Also, you'll immediate dispose of the vomit, and also you wash it away and use it for the next vomit.
Stolas and Blitzo are having an intense argument about their relationship, and it's brought up that Blitzo knew Stolas was going to be assassinated and didn't tell him, but a few episodes before, there was a...
Can you repeat that?
Stolas and Blitzo are having an intense argument about their relationship, and it's brought up that Blitzo knew Stolas was going to be assassinated and didn't tell him, but a few episodes before, there was a joke about how Stolas literally heard his wife talking on the phone about him being assassinated.
I believe the joke here, if you ask me, I'll defend this. I believe the joke here, no matter how stupid this was, I believe the joke here was to show how dysfunctional the family is. Like, she's talking on the phone, doing same. He doesn't care. He's having a lunch and he's reading a book. He literally does not listen what she's saying. Even if he listened to her, he doesn't know that it's about him. And their daughter Octavia, she's listening to Linkin Park or Evanescence or something. Like, the joke is, look how dysfunctional this family is. They're all by themselves. That's the joke.
And he wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
If the show stuck to its initial premise of being an episodic kill of the week adventure, this would not be a problem, because it's fine to have silly jokes that break the tension, because at the end of the episode, it doesn't matter. And it's also fine for an extremely dark and emotional scene to be juxtaposed with a bit of levity.
I probably should have used this earlier, huh?
Many other pieces of media do it, but they do it in a way that helps enhance the scene. Helluva Boss does it in a way that detracts from it, because it's happening all the time. I no longer feel invested emotionally, because I know there is a punchline around every single tear.
I love you guys.
All this? Get your ass out of my face!
I go
Yeah.
crazy, little tiny Hollywood.
Baby! I have tonal whiplash. The worst part about Helluva Boss from a writing standpoint is its obsession with resetting everything back to zero. It wants to have its cake.
This is what I was talking about. Repeating the scenes, repeating the drama for no reason at all.
And fuck it too. Characters will be developed and given arcs and growth, just to be returned to the way they were in episode 1, to go through the same thing again. And you can't pinpoint this to a specific character, because everyone's doing it. Luna is closed off from wanting affection due to her childhood trauma.
Yeah. And the end, when she was given love, she immediately pushes away with it. She pushes that away. Like, it was okay in the first season, like, she had trauma and everything, but later, come on. Does she actually has a character development, or she's just being a bitch?
She will learn that her adopted father is trying his best, and that he loves her and she is wanted, that she has friends that care for her, and that it's okay to accept love from those around her, and
then hit him in the nuts.
Then will immediately turn around and beat the shit out of Blitzo and verbally abuse everyone around her. Moxie?
Yeah, like, it was okay in the first season, but later, okay. Do you actually see that your dad loves you and that you should stop being an obnoxious bitch? Or you just being an obnoxious bitch? For I don't know what sake.
He lacks self-confidence and is constantly undermined and belittled. He learns to stand up for himself and that he deserves respect.
I like the scene when he stood up against his father. I believe that was a great moment. But later, in the next episode, when he goes with what's her name is Millie in the job when they had to kill some drug dealer, I don't know. He immediately became again the same little whiny bitch. Like, why?
To be returned to a sniveling whiny baby that needs to be saved by his wife in the next episode.
Yeah, he's like I like him for being little, soft, a little more careful and everything, and little small little baby, but again, he stand up for himself. He shows up. He's not someone to mess with, and then he's a whiny bitch again, and that repeats over and over again. It's annoying.
Millie is
they literally use Moxie to show up for some reason to be that character that is an absolute cock. It wouldn't surprise me if that is the case.
Violent and loves Moxie.
Yeah, she feels like I like her character too, but I also believe that she was made for a reason that strong, independent woman, which I don't believe that's a much case, because there were the times when Moxie was saving her as well. So I will not to say that that's the case, but yeah, the problem with her was she's an aggressive female imp coming from Wrath. She knows how to fight. She's more professional in melee weapons, and that's it. I mean, later it showcases that she had problems, with parents. Like she was constantly criticized, that and that, while her older sister, actually trans sister, whatever, was the only one they complicate her, and that actually broke her, and yada yada, whatever.
And that's it. Stolas is a loving father who stays with his wife for their daughter Octavia. He feels trapped in a loveless marriage.
I actually like this. It felt like he took all that abuse for years for her father, and then he immediately dropped out just for that imp. And that actually doesn't make sense, but also makes sense the reason that the Octavia is very close to 17, and it's just that close. So he's making a stance like, listen, I'll stay here until she's 19, and that's fucking it. Like, that these things were not going well. So again, it's a double-edged sword. But again, it's not make him sacrificing everything for Blitzel was very stupid. When they constantly were fighting and constantly, like, one day they're separated, then not, then separated, then not, and in the end, he gave all away. Like, the whole thing is, how do you say? It's very weird, but also Stolas, like he said, he's also not very innocent. Again, like I said, he gave it in the end. He gave it all away for him, and he technically was constantly using him in the way. I'll give you the agreement more as long as we do those things every one time every week, and that's actually using somebody. And yeah, it again, the whole thing is confusing. The whole story is confusing.
And has a lot of emotional trauma. As a result, he doesn't notice how his behavior is affecting his daughter.
Yes, exactly. Like, he couldn't wait until she's 18 or something.
He has a genuine, heartfelt conversation.
And one time he's like, yeah, I will always be there for you, yada yada yada, everything. But in the end, he drops it all away, kind of. And the reason, well, their love, everything, okay, but what about love of her daughter? What about her? Like, again, everything. Like, I watched a lot of those seasons, all of those episodes, and I still can't understand how everything of this actually goes. It's weird.
With her.
Are you gonna run off with him and leave me behind?
And that's what he actually did.
No, never. I'd never do that.
And then he's right back to neglect.
And in this episode, he said, yes, I did all of that. I gave the green bar, please kill me. I don't want him to die. But what about her? And actually, that's, I believe, what actually made her mad the most.
Octavia so he can get his back blown out. Stryker is an antagonist. They have a chance to kill him. They don't. Stryker is an antagonist. They have a chance to kill him. They don't.
I mean, I don't have a problem if they failed most of the times. Like, come on, this guy is like big hitman and everything. I mean, which is stupid because he can't kill them. But again, he's the guy who, he's the hitman, not you, and that's why he's getting away with it every time. He escapes death, so that makes sense.
Stryker is an antagonist. They have a chance to kill him. Do they?
Kill!
No! Stolas and Blitz start out in a transactional relationship. Because Stolas is unhappy in his marriage, he finds comfort in Blitz, if only because it's something new and exciting. Blitz will just have sex with anything with a heartbeat and the ability to conceive.
That's true. Again, about his trauma and everything, yeah, that's all that. And it also makes no sense. And the reason why it doesn't make sense is because he's also hurting everybody around him.
They start to develop feelings for each other that neither of them know how to process.
And there were the things when he was just behaving, there was the situations where when Blitzer was behaving okay, Stolos were like behaving not so well. But when Stolos was behaving well, Blitz was behaving like an absolute asshole.
to their past trauma. They fight, it's over, they're flirting, we're back.
Yeah, constantly. And it's getting annoying. I'm like, okay, did you finally made your mind up or it's over forever? I don't understand.
Fight, it's over, they're flirting, we're back, over, and over, and over. At the time of recording, they are...
Was that Was from Far Cry 3? If that was him...
In the we are so backstage of their relationship, with Stolas literally and happening emotion in real life. This
Cut your dad some slack.
Realistic. In the not that the literally they are currently in the over and over and over.
Yeah, that was from Far Cry 3. Do you know what's the definition of insanity? It's when people do the exact fucking thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, expecting something to change. One guy told me that. I didn't trust him, so I shot him. But later, those pricks, all these fucking pricks, are doing the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, expecting something to change. And that's literally this show. Like, you think people will having another yay when they and crying when they separate, and then celebrating when they come back together? Like, no.
At the time of recording, they are currently in the we are so backstage of their relationship, with Stolas literally and figuratively giving up his life to be with Blitzo.
Exactly. That's why his daughter is mad. She doesn't want to be with him anymore. She doesn't want to see him.
The issue is not that these conflicts are happening. Most of them are interesting and they are realistic. In the real world, people's deep-seated emotional struggles are not solved in a tight 22 minutes of animated fun. But this isn't real life. This is an episode of television. And when every episode feels like I'm stuck in a time loop...
Try to cut your dad some slack.
Yeah, like... Again, she was like, yeah, you know, fathers are doing everything for us. They'll fight for us, and that actually means something. That actually means that he cares about you. And after 5 minutes, he hits her adoptive dad in the balls. When I saw that, I was like, what was that about? What the hell was it about? Is that because, I don't know, you didn't know where he is? Like, what the hell? Why?
Well, I'm gonna do what time loopers do. Something different. And probably a bunch of illegal stuff. And just...
Okay, that's not...
do something different. And probably a bunch of illegal stuff.
Okay, seriously, this is not... I mean, okay, a bunch of illegal stuff, but I saw too much of these memes on the Twitter, and it's not funny. I'm sorry but it's a joke. You're snowflake. No, like where's there a joke? I'm killing some person. Like, no, that's not a joke. Some of you people need help.
And just to add to the list of constant repetition, nearly every single character's trauma is their poor relationship with their fathers. Stolas.
Again, they're not even hiding it.
Daddy issues. Blitzo, daddy issues.
Yeah.
Octavia, daddy issues. Luna, daddy issues.
Also daddy issues. Actually, both issues. Mommy and daddy issues because she was an orphan.
Moxie, daddy issues.
Also daddy issues.
Vivzy, we get it.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the truth. If that's the truth. I wouldn't be surprised.
But you are 32 years old? At some point, you need to deal with it in a way that's not making yet another character that has issues with their father. The only character that gets any permanent, non-status quo reset development and non-daddy issue related backstory is Fizzarali.
Interesting. A guy that... I know why. Because Blitz's father actually liked him more than him. But the reason why I believe it's not because he liked him, it's because he made most of the money in the circus, and that's the reason why. But again, this guy was probably an orphan, and he's behaving a lot better than most of them.
And he's not even a main character. I'd even dare to say that his episode is the best in the series.
True. It's true.
Delves into the idea of one's passions coming to define them, and the struggle of working hard and achieving your dreams, only to learn that they were not what you thought they would be. The songs are good, the dialogue is funny, it pays off some of Blitz's established relationship with Fizzaroli. This episode actually tells a conclusive story, but I sure wish it happened to one of our main characters. Controversial opinion, I think that Helluva Boss should have been set in its own separate universe.
I mean, that's okay. But again, why will she make two different universes for same thing that are in hell? Like, it kind of will make sense.
The idea would work just fine on its own. In fact, I think it would have been much better, because I would not be thinking, how will this affect the Has-Been lore? Somewhere in...
I mean, let's be honest. They kill those people that did something bad. One guy... Okay, listen, guys. One guy ends up in hell because of the other guys lured him to do something what he shouldn't. Then that guy goes to the IMP. He tells the Blitz problem and that he needs the guy up there killed. That actually was the reason why he's in hell. They kill that guy. Also, that guy is down there. They see each other. Probably fight each other, but then later they say, you know, we were really stupid. I'm sorry that I was a dick to you when I saw you. No, I'm a dick because I lured you to do something what I shouldn't. And then they both see the Husband Hotel commercial and they say, hey, let's go there. Let's go, you know, let's go through the redemption and to get rid all of our sins and everything bad what we did. And they go to the Husband Hotel. They end up in heaven, and you know, two very big profits, and for the IMP and for the Husband Hotel. Do you see that? That makes sense, actually.
In the development process, VivziePop stopped talking to VivziePop, and I genuinely think that Helluva Boss retroactively makes the world building in Has-Been Hotel even more inconsistent. Right off the bat, it completely throws the hierarchy of hell out the window.
He's kind of right. He's kind of right. Like, how do you say? Like, all of these things are very confusing.
So everyone in hell is a demon, but not all demons are human sinners. Those are hellborn. There are different species of hellborn like succubi, hellhounds, possessors, imps, bahamutes, infestors, owl people, non-sentient animals, and creatures created entirely by other demons. And nothing distinguishes the hellborn from human sinners other than...
Yeah, they also have the... How do you say? The lore about blood, like... For those hellborn, they're red. For those normal hellhounds and imps are black.
The fact that their blood is black, and because the character designs
what the hell is this?
Are the way that they are, it's incredibly difficult to tell any of the demons apart by just their appearance alone.
That's true. It's very confusing.
Hellborn can only be killed with magic.
9 absolute immortality, unless you have these things.
Angelic weapons, while others can be killed by
and these dies to normal things.
100% grade A American iron. All overlords are human sinners, but not all human sinners are over.
Yeah, this is where it gets confusing.
A American iron. All overlords.
This is where it gets confusing.
Lords are human sinners.
Overlords. No, all overlords are human sinners.
But not all humans.
But not all humans are overlords.
Sinners are overlords. You can become an overlord by
just do illegal stuff and be a mafioso or a mafia boss or something. That's how you do it. Yeah.
The Bluetooth device.
There are physical embodiments of the seven.
Like, just do illegal stuff and make your empire. That I believe that's the way. You know, that's how mafia works, right? That's how mafia works.
Deadly sins, and they do the exact same thing as every other demon, but are
That's what I believe is stupid. Like, it really is. Like, they're all made. Like, again, they're all made to be, you know, someone that how do you explain? That should be big pieces of shit, but in the way that they all do, you know, for what the demons are. Like Rats, he's constantly getting angry. Slut, she's constantly sleeping. This bastard is greedy. She eats a lot, blah blah blah. But problem is, it feels like all of them are just, you know, some I don't know, some little group of rich landlords, big lords of whatever the hell, and just, you know, they're having little parties, and I don't know what the hell are they doing, but they all kind of behave the same way, and it's I don't know how to explain. The only thing that someone's actually different than all of them is greed, and in the bad way because they made greed like the reason why you need to hate capitalism, and that's why. And and it's again, it's another Reddit moment. Like, there was one scene where it made no sense. He was like, after they sentenced Blitzo to death, uh, I don't what's this guy name? I forgot. This guy's name. Mammoth, yeah. He was like, yeah, lunchtime, and he started eating, and for some reason, the Beelzebub, looks at him disgustedly because he eats. You're the demon of gluttony. Why are you disgusted by him? Actually, the thing is, I believe she's disgusted by him because he started eating in the absolute wrong time, and just after, when it was literally seen that they probably sent an innocent imp to the death, to his death. And I believe that why she was kind of, you know, disgusted. Like, she was like, bro, I have no problems about your way of eating, but now, come on. But again, yeah, that's the one thing, but constantly make, for most people, it doesn't make sense, and I believe they're absolutely right. But yeah, moving on.
Considered special because they're powerful in ways that we don't get to see, but they're just powerful, okay?
Yeah, they're just powerful. Again, it's the same thing like with Hazbin Hotel. You don't know what's their powers, they just have powers. That's it.
And hellhounds are at the bottom of society.
Yeah, that's also what I understood. Imps and hellhounds, they're at the bottom of the society, yeah.
Society, except they're not, because literally every power...
Yeah, this one part. I was confused. I was like, okay, what the hell is that? Now, if I was like, wait a minute, I need to drink water. I was like, what the hell is this? Those lord demons that are supposed to present every sin are somehow, you know, somehow that are supposed to be way above the, you know, that that hierarchy list are ending up with someone that are bottom for to society for some reason. Like for some reason, I don't know why. Now, for like for for Asmodeus, it will be make sense because Fizzaroli went famous, and technically, maybe he's still a bottom of the hierarchy, but he's a very rich bottom of the hierarchy. So he's probably constantly meeting with those who actually are very famous and rich and whatever. But I don't understand Vortex, and don't get me wrong. For me, Vortex are actually one of my favorite characters here. He's very chill, but the problem the problem is how he end up with her. I don't understand. Now people are saying, oh well, she doesn't care. She sees every demon as equal. Okay, but again, that doesn't explain thing how he ends up with her. Where's like everything does not make sense. Now, if you ask me if these demons of every sin are like immortal, like they can live like thousands of years, then I believe that she probably had much more partners back, or like all the way back. So yeah, but again, the whole thing is just confusing. Like the whole thing are just confusing. Yeah.
Powerful being is dating them, except for Blitzo and Stolas.
Yeah, yeah, but somehow these two, they can't be together. Like how? Why they can't be together while those two are together? Oh, the problem is because his father is saying no. They're the royal, some kind of royalty or something. Which again, everything is so confusing. Which I don't blame people.
They're the only ones who aren't allowed to be in love because of social standing, because that's what it says.
How to write the most epic fanfiction? Everyone has to be gay. Like gay. That's the reason. That's I believe one of the first reason I can say why the show is falling apart. Again, I have no problem with gay characters, but when it's too much, it's too fucking much. And then daddy issues where again it's everything is like you're watching the same character over and over again. Again, the characters are great and everybody has personality, but when how the show goes, you see that there's one thing that they have to have because I don't know uh, because those writers can't hide their private things. I think ship all the side characters, yeah, I suppose, and under no circumstances are the main couple allowed to be together. Yeah, you need that couple have to has drama and no one else. Like it's stupid.
In the AO3 writing tutorial, if you're killed in hell and you're
okay, if you're killed in hell,
demon, but only if you're a sinner and only if you're killed by an angelic.
Wait again.
Tutorial. If you're killed in hell and you're a demon, but only if you're a sinner and only if you're killed by an angelic weapon, then you will actually die. If you're killed by any other means, you just slowly regenerate. And if you're not a weapon, then you will actually and you're a demon, but only if you're a sinner and only if you're killed by an angelic weapon, then you will actually die.
Yeah.
If you're killed by any other means, you just slowly regenerate. And if you're not a human sinner and you die, then maybe you regenerate, maybe your soul dissipates and goes on to make up part of hell's environment itself, maybe you stop existing.
Yeah, the whole thing is very confusing, like you see.
And that's all nonsense, but you wouldn't know any of that from watching the show. You can only learn this information from watching several.
Yes, exactly. But there are a few people that will actually watch podcasts, especially if they're like old podcasts from I don't know 3-4 years ago.
Multi-hour Vivzy Pop draw.
But that's the reason why people mostly made things like Has Been Wiki and all those things,
Streams from 4 years ago, or
I called it. I called it again.
Watching one of the many Vivziverse YouTube lore masters.
Did you know this? In Helluva Boss, there are currently a minimum of 58 shots of Luna's paws.
Please tell me this is fake. Please. Please tell me this is fake.
Would you get a Luna Helluva Boss paw job? Let me know down below.
If you think about
Please, please, please. I hope this is fake. If it's real, I'll lose all hope for humanity.
Helluva Boss at all, nothing makes sense except for one thing. This world does not exist on its own because it's a living, breathing macrocosm of people, culture, or history. It exists as a plot device in order to put our characters in whatever situation allows for the most melodramatic relationship arguments and penis jokes. The characters do not...
True, but also I believe this world is great for writing a fan fiction, and believe me, I'm writing one of the Helluva Boss fan fiction myself, and let me tell you guys, I'm literally doing my best, and it's fun. It's really fun. If you want to know, I can put the link down below.
In hell exists around our characters. It's not set in hell.
That's also the problem.
Because the writers want to explore the idea of what a real hell society would look like. It's set in hell because it's an edgy location.
Yeah, that's also I believe. Again, there's no problem if you want to make that, but again, this is the show that somebody make somebody make a show in hell because it's edgy, you know. Yeah, that's the problem.
Hello?
And not actually making the fucked up kind of edgy. No, the safe edgy. You know that meme? You know that 4chan meme I showed you guys in the last video? Do you know that meme? Do you know that meme? Yeah, this is the meme. Yeah, this is the meme. Open up. This is the meme. This is the meme. This is the meme. This is the meme. This is the meme.
My name's Jeff. I got a client. Come with me.
What the hell is that?
I want him wrapped. Clean belch.
What the hell is that?
It's
the Fandom. Guys, if I start to talk about the Fandom, this will take hours. I have a lot of stories. And they all suck for a reason. Don't argue with the Fandom in any way and not in any way and any reason why. You'll get attacked, you'll get bullied, you'll get robbed with messages to where they will tell you to kill yourself. Just don't. Just don't.
If you were to think that both of Vivzi's shows shared the same fan base, you would be kind of right. There is an overlap between the
Yeah, kind of. There are the people that like both of them, and there are the people that just like one of them. I'm the one who not likes and is fan of one of them, but I can kind of, enjoy the atmosphere of the one, like world building and the characters sometimes, but I can't stand the other one in any way, shape, or form.
Has Been Hotel and Helluva Boss fans, but Has Been Hotel is on Amazon Prime and requires mommy's credit card to view. Helluva Boss is entirely on YouTube and for free, which means its fan base is entirely populated by terminally online Zoomers.
Yup. Like I said, sexually confused, autistic teenagers and young adults that behave like children. That's literally what it is. And this scene, that was one of my what the hell scene, what the fuck was that about scenes. There's the reason. You'll see. Wait.
You keep fucking yourself, you big asshole.
like I can understand. Again, it's another stupid curse words because funny, but I can understand. And they made even those demon lords to argue like children. But I have one fact about why Bizzleba became literally cursed that way. Uh, she's probably drunk. That's why. But yeah, you see the fan, they're like, oh, shocker. Oh my god. Like, come on. This is stupid. Please go outside and touch some grass.
Why did that line hurt so much? For those of you that
What?
have been outside before, I have been using a word throughout the video you may be unfamiliar with. It is a fandom term that has led to the loss of life on a scale far greater than that of the atomic bomb. That word is shipping. Shipping is the act
my eyes. Ouch.
of taking one character and another character and making them...
Making them kiff. Making them kiff.
A lot more nuance, but at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And it's fine. Anyone that partakes in shipping culture on their own isn't hurting anyone. These characters aren't real. You're allowed to do whatever you want with them, but
that's true, yeah.
If you ship incest or children, you're a fucking weirdo. However,
I mean, again, they're just driven characters, so it's like people, like I can understand why people get weirded about like most of those anime, a lot of those guys who like to draw anime girls and are into drawings or little anime girls. People see that, they immediately think that they're pedophiles, but that's not true. That's literally like how the Japanese scene of anime worked like that for years, like if not decades. And the thing is, like, if you see, like, the problem is if you see some kind of media, and if you think, and if you want to point that out and say that's a gunner slop, the problem is most of the people doesn't view that. If you see something that is not like a gunner slop, maybe the problem is you. But the truth is, again, they're not real. They're not real. You can do whatever. Just there are some limits, because when you are overdoing those kind of, I believe that even if you are overdoing those, very questionable ships, then people will get weird about it, and they will start calling you out. So yeah.
to the Helluva fandom, it doesn't matter what you ship, because it will always be wrong in their eyes. That is because of this pesky little thing known as headcanons. Headcanons, or headcanoning, is the act of taking existing lore and just making things up. And because a lot of Helluva's characters have either no screen time or no development, fans will use headcanons
Yes, true.
in order to fill in the gaps, which again is fine. But
it's fine. That's a fan fiction. You can do whatever you want. Why not? If you're not annoying about it and not attacking other people for doing their kind of way, it's fine. It's fine.
It's similar to your diaper fetish. You don't need to tell anyone else. But the Helluva Boss fandom feels the need to let the world know in painstaking...
Yeah, again, it's... When you're annoying about it, then yeah. I mean, you can talk with the other part of the fandom. That's not the problem. It's just you talking with the fandom, making friends with the fandom and everything. But when you're getting annoying about it, and in the way that it's a literal pain, that it's time to go out and touch some grass, especially if you're attacking people for not agreeing with you.
Detail every aspect.
She's afraid of needles because when she was in the orphanage, she saw a bad hound get put down by a lethal injection. Actually, that's actually that's a not a bad headcanon. That's actually not bad. That actually can be true in the canon. That's actually a smart point. I mean, this can be a smart point actually.
Of their personal head.
Applications in Helluva Boss that Stolas got S8 by Stella, and people will only get blamed not to blame them well, so we can blame him well. It's lucky friendly that so many people have this mindset. It's okay. Okay. I will not talk about this.
Canons. And this is an issue, because the fandom will allow headcanons to warp their view of the show. Just because you want to smooch them does not mean they are good characters. You can say you like them, but that does not mean they are well written or interesting. The deep emotional comic you read on E621 doesn't suddenly make the show good.
He's right about that. He's right about that. I mean, you can write fanfiction and to get people to write your fanfiction and tell you about how you're good at writing fanfiction. That's fine, but again, that doesn't immediately make the canon show good, because the canon show, unfortunately, with the canon show, which moving on.
Conversely, just because a character is a bad person does not mean they are a bad character. These are not
exactly. For that reason, I believe that of all the characters in Helluva Boss that are actually great characters are the villains. That's my way of thinking, and I believe that the villains and antagonists are way better written characters than the main characters. Yeah.
Not real people. It's okay to like them, even though they might be immoral. You don't need to make up justifications that they are
Exactly. I saw people attacking other people for liking characters that are actually antagonists. I saw that. Like, come on now. Come on. Again, go outside and touch the grass, please.
Actually a misunderstood, innocent baby.
That the stall is literally that. Yeah, true. Yeah.
In order to delude yourself into thinking that everything you like must be perfect. It all boils down to there being a disproportionate amount of children in the fandom, because only children care about shipping discourse. It's power.
Yeah, it should be like this. I'm making fan fiction about this character, blah 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 blah. I believe that. I like your fan fiction. Okay, thank you. I actually don't like your fanfiction. I think it sucks. How can you do it? How can you not like it? You're stupid. You're homophobe. You're racist. You're blah blah. You're blah blah blah. Like, come on now. No, it should be. I don't like what you're doing. I think it's cringe. Okay. Thanks for coming in. Goodbye. It should be like that. Not. But fandom is unfortunately this what I first described. Unfortunately.
Scaling, but for edgy gay teenagers.
Exactly. It's true. He's right about this.
Helluva has bright colors, cool-looking characters, and is super mature and adult. And kids love that. As much as they shouldn't be watching it, kids are going to anyways. But if parents actually monitored their internet behavior...
Yeah, again, just because it's written that it's plus 18 adult show, again, children will... Again, I'll pull the meme again. I'll pull that 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 meme again. It's literally this. That sign can't stop me because I can't read. Like, again. And also for those who say, oh, but their profiles, when they have to put that they're underage, Do you think that children who know how to use internet, which by the way they already know how to use internet even while they're like 5 years old, do you really think that they're following the rules when making a profile? No, they don't. No, they don't. They put that they are 50-year-old guy or a girl, whatever, and so they can watch whatever they want when they have unregistered internet access. You see, parents should monitor their children for good reason.
Behavior, I might be able to see discussion of this show without feeling the need to obliterate a 9-year-old. Every fandom has to deal with this, but Helluva Boss is a unique coalescence of factors, leading it to be one of the most annoying and toxic. The leading causes being,
of course it is. God damn it, all of them are into Husband Hotel as well.
That it is composed of mostly children or adults with the media literacy capacity of children, and it being made by Vivian Madrano. Because it's...
Yeah. Also, they have no media literacy, they have no critical thinking. Of course it's gonna be a disaster.
Clear, Helluva Boss was...
Remember that little kid that was asking a question about some kind of no-no scene? Question to the guy that gives voice for one character, like man, we're getting screwed as a society.
Designed specifically to have a fandom, which is a recipe for disaster. The character designs,
Yes.
the way Viv interacts.
The way we interact. Well, let's see. Let's see.
Recipe for disaster. The character designs, the way...
Well, I mean, people do that all the time, and it's never gonna stop. And it's something that's not gonna stop overnight. You're gonna have to deal with it with. I deal with it fine. No, you don't. You just protected your post, so no, you're not dealing it fine. Criticism of any kind is a constant for any creator. I just think it's funny when people call themselves writers and they don't understand basis of writing. It's funny. Wow, who is going to tell her? Oh no, we can't tell her because she's probably on Blue Sky now, the absolute echo chamber.
Viv interacts.
The scene isn't even fucking out yet. You people see leaked snippets and hear some Damba say something and all like, yeah, you're so above it. Get over yourselves. At least speak on it when the actual scene comes out. Christ. Okay, chill out.
With the fans on Twitter.
Only Clever because it seems to have involved shipping. I would rather not have people understand that when it's literally had the idea. It would rather not have an official poster. I believe it's a bit quality, but you enjoy the print. Okay, whatever.
The romantic subplots of every character, the Gooner merchandise.
Oh yeah, the absolute Gooner. Yeah, remember the Has-Been Hotel Gooner merchandise? Yeah, this one is absolute 10 out of 10 Gooner, a thirst slop merchandise. I mean, look at this, all of these. Let's go to the site and let's actually see the prices of these things. I swear, let's actually do it. I'm actually very where King James Laundry, hoodie, drinkware, accessories. 26. Oh my god, that's where are okay. Let's see actually the characters. Why not? Let's actually see the characters. Let's actually see the characters. These are some magnets, some posters. That's fine. Like not Gunner. I mean, this is the Pride one. Like, of course, fuck off. There's no Gunner. Oh, okay, there's one Gunner merchandise we can say. I guess those other Gunners merchandise they're out. Yeah, they probably got sold because again, the fandoms are again sexually confused and very gooners. Those are the people that if they see you play something like game like Stellar Blade or any other Japanese games where there are female characters with big boobs and big ass, they will call you a gooner. Meanwhile, they're gooning to this shit. You know what I mean. Oh, these are the standees. Okay, let's see the standees. Where are the standees? Where are the stationery? Okay, let's see the standees. Those are books. Okay. No. Okay. Let's let no. Let no. 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 Let's see. Let's see. Um. God damn it. Stylish occult. Stylish occult. What's a style? I don't know what that thing. Blah blah blah. Okay. These are clothes. These are clothes. Actually, these are clothes. Uh, um. These are clothes. And we have some cups, we have some. Then again, they're all above. There's not a single thing under $20. That's insane. Imagine wearing these in public. Actually, like, okay, posters like 20. Okay, for poster that'll be maybe understandable, but for a cup, come on now, come on now. Again, a shop, new arrival, shop, a character, clothing, home decor, accessories. Again, where are? Okay, shop by Karen Luna. Okay, let's see more Luna. Again, I'm sorry. You're probably thinking, why are you searching only Luna merch? Because I'm definitely sure I'll find some Gunner merch here. That's the problem. Okay, there are other arts too. Okay, you see this can be a Gunner merch. Uh this it's this these one are okay. Like, okay, the phone, oh no, the AI. Okay, Gunnar merch, probably Gunnar merch, AI. Holy fuck it, there's so much AI. Why can be Gunnar merch? Uh, 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 Absolute fucking Gunnar merch. Why the hell will you buy this? Um. Oh God. Oh God. What's another character? Fizero, Luna, Millie, Mox is a striker. Let's see striker. There can be also Gunnar merch about him as well. Okay, by the way, you understood what I'm telling. There's no much of the Gunner merch, and probably because they all sold them. By the way, this is what I said about it, and these standees are probably like $30. It's absolutely crazy. People are wasting money on this, and again, most of these are probably are making you getting bullied. Yeah.
The marketing, it's all pandering. There are multiple direct references to the fandom in the show. The third short, Weeaboo, is dedicated entirely.
I absolutely love that short. It's literally the wall of their insane the average mentality of the Vivzy Pop fan. It's literally that.
To making fun of the fandom.
Yes. Do you know what's the worst thing? Writers are probably like that too. No, seriously.
This is a bad practice because the fandom should be shaped by the show.
Exactly.
The show should not be warped around the fandom.
Exactly, that's the Vivzy Pop's problem, and we talked about that in the last episode of my reaction.
Because the fandom is always stupid and wrong and never knows what it wants.
Yes, because you never know how much of how much percentage of your fandom will be batshit insane. That's the problem.
When you as a creator start caring about what the fandom says and let it influence your decision making, you start becoming Rick and Morty.
I turned myself into a Reddit.
And because the show is steeped in the stank of
I didn't watch Rick and Morty, no.
the fandom, they feel a personal connection to it. Ergo, criticizing it is a personal attack on
Exactly.
them. Because
yeah, exactly. Like, that's so stupid. Like, it makes not just the right, it just made the echo chamber of not just the fandom, but also the writers itself, that they can't take any kind of criticism. And even worse, they will accuse you of being something that is actually dangerous.
remember, everything they like must be a masterpiece. They're not allowed to like things that are considered. Criticizing it is a personal attack on them. Because
yes,
remember, everything they like must be a masterpiece. They're not allowed to like things that are considered bad. This is, of course, like all groups, a vocal minority. Most of the Helluva Boss fandom is
I woke up next to the Lord of Gluttony.
why
the Helluva Boss fandom is
I woke up.
why the hell would you buff this? Why would you buff this? Why? 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 Also, why are you making this video? Are you want do you want to be like the first, do you want to be like the biggest victim of bullying in the whole world? Like, why are you doing this?
Up next to the Lord of Gluttony and a hellhound.
Oh god, another one. Why?
relatively normal, and this kind of behavior is just a byproduct of kids having access to social media. But
Yes.
what really isn't helping is Vivzi's constant stoking of the fandom's toxicity. She personally
Yeah, exactly. She's like pushing it. She's like pushing it. She really does.
cannot help herself. Deadpool and
No.
Wolverine uses the word fuck 118 times. A franchise record. Am I allowed to make the if Vivzi Papa wrote joke? I just
No, Whipsy Pop. No, Whipsy Pop. I'll tell you, Whipsy Pop. Wait.
18 times. A franchise record. Am I allowed to make the if Vivzi Papa wrote joke?
No, Whipsy Pop, you can't make a if Whipsy Pop wrote joke, because I watched the Deadpool and Wolverine. Yes, they swear many times, but every time when they swear, the execution was perfect, was or good or absolute perfect. You don't know how to write. You're putting those efforts when they're okay to put them and where they are not okay to put them. So no, you can't, because you suck. You suck at writing. By the way, Deadpool and Wolverine are all very. It's an awesome movie. I recommend.
I just find it ironic that the guy who said HB was turning into fanfiction thinks he can write a better story.
Yes, indeed. I'm writing a fan fiction because I believe I can write better. Yeah.
What do you call that? I think it starts with a fan and ends in a fiction. This is a banger tweet.
I mean, yes. And probably I can make with the fanfiction, you know, better show. I can't make with the fanfiction into a better show, but holy hell, I can show that there's someone with a better writing skills than you. And I believe that's actually embarrassing. You can't see that.
The fact that people use OMG, Helluva Boss is like fanfic as an insult?
It is because it's controlled by the fandom, not by the writing casts, and that's the problem.
Unbelievable.
It's not unbelievable. It's an absolute truth, and you can't take it because you put yourself in a bubble.
I wish your shows did this shit. Be so real right now.
Just because they can do all this does not make them good. Like I mentioned Velma, okay? I believe it has one very interesting animation, but the show is absolute horror. It's absolutely shit. Like, what other great animation can say? Oh, that new He-Man remake show, something like that. Very awesome animation, but the story is horrible. That's something I can call it an absolute woke show. It really is. It's horrible. Like, yeah. Again, just because it's a great animation does not make the story good. Moving on.
Now. Thank you, Vivian Madrano, for not giving a shit about the haters and following your—
Ah, yes. They're all just haters. They're all just racists. They're all just homophobes. Haters gonna hate. Do you know which now this is about the gaming. Do you know which video game studio said haters gonna hate? Devolution, who their last game, what they made was the Saint Row reboot, and what happened, and what actually happened, they actually make it into a woke game. Yes, the game is woke. It has nothing to do with the OG games. And guess what happened after that? They had to close the studio because they went bankrupt. Yes.
heart, giving us the best show a fandom could ever wish for. I wrote this 3 years ago, so if it's a fanfic, it's a fanfic of itself? I don't take it as an insult anymore, cause—
No, you made it into a fanfic because you don't put your way of thinking and your way of imagination to create your show. You listen to others. You created like 10, 12 scenes of Blitz and Stolas constantly getting it together, then separating constantly. Why did you do that? Oh, so you can, so you can lure those autistic children into liking it for some reason because they're gay. I don't know what. I don't know. That's the reason, yeah.
Like, lol, it's just a story, and one I love telling.
A bad story.
A while back, she made a tweet saying, "I'm officially done being here. I just can't stand it anymore. This was my place to really have a window into the fandom and see all your creativity, and maybe I will still try to lurk when I can, but from a private account. Please follow my Insta or Blue Sky. Thank you." And
of course she's in the Blue Sky. Of course she's in the Blue Sky. And reason why she escaped Twitter, because she couldn't stand the criticism anymore. They constantly call about how now after the Elon Musk bought Twitter, that how it's filled with haters, bigots, Nazis, blah blah blah, and they're little partially true, but guess what? That's the free speech, actually. Yes, that's a free speech. Back in the day, if you said just something that is a little far away from the leftist's point of view and anything what's considered, not progressive, you got immediately banned. It was very bad.
then, 4 days later,
She's back at. Of course, she's back on the Twitter. Well, not now. She protected her post, but yeah, of course. That's actually every Twitter user who said that they will leave.
Many such cases.
Yes,
Running
many
counter to
such
the fandom's
cases.
obsession is an equally dumb, equivalently annoying group of people that the fandom has dubbed the hate-dom.
I mean, there are probably people again that are also like that. True. But there are few of them. Again, what makes them into the hatedom? Saying they hate the show, but not the reason why.
Which is a really stupid name. These people hate the show.
I hate Hazbin Hotel and Vizzy Pop with passion, so nobody will listen to me. But calling Hazbin Hotel an indie animation project is utter bullshit. Well, Hazbin Hotel I agree with this because they're now on Amazon, so they're a franchise. Vizzy Pop got rid of every animated voice actor, sorry, brothers, etc. That worked on the revival. I believe that's also true. I don't know about that, but it wouldn't surprise me. But also, there could be a reason why. I believe that the reason why is because she wanted to get more quality personnel.
For a litany of reasons that have nothing.
There's the proof that this is a prof shipper, by the way. Is a reality, a doctor use of a profession. Now it's just on official run, since got okay, whatever.
Nothing to do with the quality of the show itself. It all stems from their dislike of.
Hey guys, I'm sorry, I don't mean to, but if you suppose me publish change, please deny. Okay, come on, don't. I just can't understand the family of Hunter. She's a horrible person. She's living animals. Now, I don't believe that she's a horrible person, but I believe she's a very delusional. That's my point of view.
Vivzy Pop personally. If you were to believe the hate-dom, Vivzy Pop is the second coming of the anti.
Oh no, that's scary.
Christ, and also hits babies with the hate-dom. Vivzy Pop is the second coming of the Antichrist, and also hits babies with bricks. When in reality, she's just a quirky millennial who never grew out of her edgy phase.
She ain't edgy. She's not edgy. She's not edgy. She's just a millennial from California that thinks she's something great. And I believe she succeeded in making a franchise and everything, and kudos to her. But again, it's not getting in the great way. It doesn't.
Most of the things.
Oh, look at that. Scott Canton. By the way, that is a creator from the Five Nights at Freddy's. The incident was he donated some money to the Republicans, to the Donald Trump, and these people, and people immediately attacked him. Not just attacked him, they written the death threats to him and his family even, and it got so worse that he had to leave he had to leave the Five Nights at Freddy's to make Five Nights at Freddy's, and he gave it to the other studio to do it. I mean, he still makes the lore and everything, but he's not making the games. So, by the way, the best part to me is that he lists all his shit, but considering Republican politics, he's basically saying that his Christian and pro-life stance over racist stance on science, equality, and everything, so that actually work again. That they actually work against law. LOL. You can see that she's a leftist, and the problem is stands on science, equality, and everything that they actually work against. First and foremost, no, that's absolutely false. And when it comes to science, the reason why there is science because the most people that did science were the very big believers of Christ. For example, there are a lot of them. I'm from Croatia, and from my country, I can say one of them was Ruđer Bošković. And what he yeah, I'll write this. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little over the team. But yeah, he was the big astrology guy. Like he was a big scientist. Yeah, this is him, by the way. You can Google it if you want. I believe that Nikola Copernic was also one. I mean, a lot of people that were scientists back then, they were believers in Christ. Yeah. So this is absolutely false. And the problem is she's making this statement like, oh, he got himself into that. So that's his fault. But problem is nobody deserves to be threatened with murder. Especially people close to him that especially do not deserve that. And I believe this is a kind of not very disgusting tweet, but very ignorant. Very ignorant. Spindle Pace situation. This is also some kind of drama. Aaron Froze drama. Pretty tired of being told by my side I sit on my hand. There is a video I sent her lawyer after me, after shoulder, after that first post I made months ago. This also is seen as some bullshit. Whatever. Again, the thing is, I don't believe she's horrible, but I believe she's pretty much delusional.
She is being accused of are almost always proven to be overblown, misinterpreted, or
FNAF FNAF fans are stupid. My brother. Why would you defend attacking Scott Canton for his personal political beliefs? Why will he be threatened with murder and his family is also threatened and also doxxed? Like nobody in the right mind should be supportive of that. Everybody should say that's fucked. That all those people who do that kind of stuff should be responsible.
Completely false.
I'm a Finance of Freddy's fan, by the way. Also, yeah.
And I'm not denying that she can be extremely annoying and says really stupid things, but she is not every Obic or Is. If you drown out,
yes, true. Again, she's Delulu.
All of the crazies on both sides, you will come to realize that Helluva Boss is a flawed show with good elements. However, no matter how good or bad it gets, I will still be watching, because although Helluva Boss at times can be fanfiction OC Tumblr shipping garbage, oh boy is it tasty, and I sure do love some delicious garbage.
I shit it in my pants, and for real. I think you should join my Discord too. My pants are filled with some stinky poo.
Yeah, and I think that's it. So, yeah, I hope you liked the video. I hope you enjoy it, and let's see you guys next time. Bye.